Let me tell you something. Your mind is either your greatest asset or your worst enemy. And the difference? It's all in how you train it. Most people walk around carrying a weak mindset, and they don't even realize it. They make excuses. They wait for the right time. They blame circumstances. And before they know it, years have passed, and they're still stuck. But let me remind you, life doesn't wait for you to be ready. Life doesn't care if you feel like it. If you don't take control of your mind, something else will. Weak thoughts will take root. Weak habits will set in. And before you know it, you're a prisoner in your own life. You see, a weak mindset is like a leaky boat. You can paddle as hard as you want, but if you don't fix the leaks, you're going to sink. And what are those leaks? Fear, procrastination, self-doubt, bad associations. And here's the truth. If you don't kill your weak mindset will kill your dreams. That's the deal. That's the exchange. You don't get to have both a weak mind and a strong life. You have to choose. Now, some people say, Jim, but it's hard. Well, of course it's hard. But so is staying broke. So is being stuck in the same place year after year. So is watching other people live the life you wish you had. That's hard too. So don't ask for easy. Ask for better. Get stronger. Get wiser. Build discipline. That's how you win. Success isn't reserved for the chosen few. It's built by the willing. And the first step, you must decide right now that you will no longer accept a weak mind. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more surrendering to fear. Because the moment you make that decision, everything changes. The world opens up. Opportunities appear. Strength becomes your new normal. And before you know it, you're living a life that others only dream of. So, my friend, it's time. Time to break free. Time to rise up. Time to kill your weak mindset before it kills your future. Are you ready? Let's explore 5 habits that can help you overcome a weak mindset. 1. Take full responsibility for your life. Excuses are easy, but results take responsibility. Let me tell you something, until you take full responsibility for your life, nothing will change. Nothing. You can wish, you can hope, you can dream, but until you stand up and say, I am responsible for my success, my failures, my choices, and my future, you will remain stuck. You see, weak mindsets look for someone to blame. They blame their parents, their boss, the economy, the government, even the weather. They say, I could have been successful, but my childhood was tough. Or, I would have more money, but my job doesn't pay enough. Or my favorite one, I was going to start, but the timing wasn't right. Let me tell you the truth. Life is never going to hand you success on a silver platter. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. The day you stop blaming and start taking ownership of your life is the day you take control. Because here's the reality. When you blame others, you give away your power. But when you take responsibility, you take it back. Now, some people say, but Jim, what if it really isn't my fault? I'll tell you what, maybe it's not your fault, but it's still your responsibility. Maybe you grew up in a tough situation. Maybe you faced setbacks that weren't fair. Maybe someone did you wrong. But listen closely. What happened to you may not be your fault, but what you do next is your responsibility. You can sit in self-pity, or you can rise up. You can keep pointing fingers, or you can decide, no more excuses, no more waiting, no more blaming. I will take control of my life. Because when you do that, you shift from being a victim to being a leader, from being powerless to being powerful. And suddenly doors start opening, opportunities start appearing, and you start moving forward. Let me ask you, what would happen if starting today, you took full responsibility for everything? For your finances, your health, your relationships, your success? No more blaming, no more complaining, just full ownership, I'll tell you what would happen. Your life would change. You would develop a mindset of strength, of resilience, of discipline. And most importantly, you would realize that you are in control of your future. So, my friend, don't wait for things to change. Change yourself. Don't wait for someone to rescue you. Rescue yourself. Don't wait for the right time. Make it the right time. Because the moment you take responsibility, your life is yours to build. And that is the first step to killing your weak mindset. 2, develop an unshakable morning routine. How you start your day determines how you live your life. Let me ask you a question. How do you start your day? Do you wake up with purpose, energy, and direction? Or do you hit the snooze button, roll out of bed at the last minute, and rush into your day? Because let me tell you, your morning sets the tone for everything that follows. If you win the morning, you win the day. If you lose the morning, well, you know how the rest goes. Most people wake up like they have no control. They start their day in reaction mode. They check their phones first thing, get distracted by social media, read bad news, or rush out the door without a plan. And then they wonder why they feel stressed, overwhelmed, and behind all day long. But here's the truth. A weak mindset reacts to the day. A strong mindset creates the day. A well-structured morning is not about waking up early just for the sake of it. It's about taking control. It's about setting the right tone, feeding your mind with the right thoughts, and preparing yourself for success. You need a morning routine that builds discipline, focus, and momentum. Now, some people say, but Jim, I'm not a morning person. Well, let me tell you, success doesn't care if you're a morning person. Growth doesn't wait for you to feel like it. If you keep hitting snooze on your alarm, you're hitting snooze on your potential. You're telling yourself, I'll get to success later, but later never comes. A strong morning routine means starting with intention. Maybe that means waking up earlier. Maybe that means reading something valuable. Maybe that means exercising to build energy. Maybe that means planning your day before the world demands your attention. Whatever it is, the key is this. Don't let the morning control you. You must control the morning. You see, discipline in the morning builds discipline in life. And when you start the day with structure, the rest of your day falls into place. You don't waste time. You don't wander aimlessly. You move with purpose. And before you know it, you're ahead while everyone else is trying to catch up. So let me ask you again, how are you starting your day? Are you controlling it, or is it controlling you? Because if you want to kill a weak mindset, you have to master the morning. And when you do, you'll discover that success isn't just something that happens to you. It's something you create, one disciplined morning at a time. 3, train your mind like an athlete. Your mind is like a muscle. If you don't work it, you risk losing its strength and capabilities. Take a moment to reflect. When was the last time you consciously engaged in training your mind? Not just passing the time with distractions, scrolling through social media feeds or binge-watching shows, but truly challenging and honing your mental faculties in a deliberate way. Just as a weak body can lead to physical limitations, a weak mind can result in a weak life. On the flip side, a strong, well-trained mind has the potential to unlock a world of success, wealth, confidence, and discipline. Many individuals overlook the necessity of mental training. They often believe that the keys to success stem from sheer luck or inherent talent. However, here's a powerful truth. Your life is a direct reflection of the strength or weakness of your mind. If your thoughts are dominated by doubt, procrastination, and negativity, those elements will manifest in your life experiences. Conversely, if your mind is sharp, disciplined, and focused, success becomes not just a possibility, but an inevitability. Let's take a closer look at the practices of professional athletes. They don't wait for the final game of the season to begin their training. Instead, they dedicate themselves to consistent practice every single day. These athletes continuously push their limits, challenge their boundaries, and fuel their bodies with the proper nutrition and training techniques. Why do they do this? Because when competition day arrives, They want to be fully prepared, both physically and mentally. In much the same way, your mind requires regular training to perform at its best. Consider what happens if you feed your mind unhealthy ideas. If you indulge in mindless entertainment, engage in gossip, and consume negativity, those inputs will shape your thoughts and beliefs. On the other hand, when you nourish your mind with wisdom, knowledge, and discipline, it becomes increasingly stronger and more resilient. A robust mind drives sound decision-making, fosters strong habits, and leads to noteworthy results in various aspects of life. Now, some people might protest, but I don't have time to read, learn, or consciously train my mind. To this, I offer a crucial insight. You simply cannot afford not to prioritize mental training. The individuals who claim they lack time are often the same ones who find themselves stagnant, stuck in the same place year after year. The truth is, you will always find time for what truly matters in your life, and nothing is more significant than the cultivation of a strong, capable mind. So what is the solution to building a stronger mind? You must make a commitment to feed your mind daily. This might include reading challenging books that expand your perspective, engaging with mentors who inspire you, and actively seeking out new learning experiences. At the same time, it is essential to eliminate negativity from your mental diet. Cut out sources of negative news, remove doubters from your circle, and limit distractions. When you consistently fill your mind with empowering and enriching content, you will witness a profound transformation in your thought processes and ultimately your life. Here's the bottom line. If you neglect to train your mind, life will inevitably take the reins and train it for you. However, life is not a compassionate teacher. It tends to fill your thoughts with doubt, fear, and self-imposed limitations. By taking control of your mental training, by cultivating discipline and sharpening your mind every day, you will discover that you can become unstoppable. So, my friend, take a moment to assess your current mental training routine. Are you treating your mind with the same dedication and commitment that a world-class athlete shows toward their body? Or are you allowing your mind to weaken and atrophy? Remember, true success begins in the mind. The stronger you make it through intentional practice and learning, the stronger and more fulfilling your life will ultimately become. 4, master the art of discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and success. Let me tell you something. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants a better life. They want wealth, health, strong relationships, and freedom. But very few people are willing to do what it takes to get there. You see, the difference between success and failure is not talent, not luck, not intelligence, it's discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's the ability to stay consistent, even when motivation fades. Because let me tell you, motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. But discipline lasts. Most people wait until they feel like doing something. They say, I'll start when I have more energy, or I'll take action when I feel inspired. And guess what? They never start, because feelings are unreliable. If you rely on feelings, you'll be inconsistent. And inconsistency is the enemy of success. Now, some people say, but Jim, discipline is hard. Of course, it's hard, but so is failure, so is regret, so is looking back on your life and realizing you wasted your potential. Let me tell you, everything in life is hard, but you get to choose which hard you want, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. So what is discipline, really? It's the small daily choices. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's working on your goals when you'd rather watch TV. It's saying no to distractions when your friends are out having fun. It's sticking to the plan even when progress feels slow. And let me tell you, discipline compounds. When you practice it in one area of your life, it spreads into every other area. You start waking up earlier. You start eating healthier. You start managing your time better. And before you know it, your life looks completely different. Not because of one big change, but because of the small disciplined actions repeated over time. Now let's talk about excuses. People say, Jim, I don't have time. But let me ask you, how much time do you spend on things that don't add value to your life? Watching TV, scrolling social media, wasting hours on distractions. The truth is, it's not about having time, it's about making time. Successful people don't have more time than you, they just use it better. Discipline also means keeping promises to yourself. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you tell yourself you're going to wake up early, then wake up early. If you commit to working out, then work out. Because every time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken your confidence. But every time you follow through, you strengthen it. And here's the real secret. Discipline leads to freedom. Most people think it's the opposite. They think discipline is restrictive, that it takes away fun. But let me tell you, the more disciplined you are, the more control you have over your life. You're not a slave to bad habits. You're not at the mercy of your emotions. You don't drift through life, you design it. So my friend, the question is, are you going to live with discipline or with regret? Are you going to take control of your habits, your actions, your choices? Because if you master discipline, you master life. And once you do that, there's no limit to what you can achieve. 5, surround yourself with winners. You become like the people you spend the most time with. This statement carries a profound truth worth contemplating. Who are the individuals that occupy your time and attention? Each person in your circle influences your mindset, habits, and ultimately your future, even if you may not consciously recognize it. If you're striving to replace a weak mindset with a stronger, more resilient one, it's essential to be deliberate and discerning about who you allow to impact your life. Individuals who struggle with weakness often find themselves gravitating toward those who complain frequently, harbor doubts, and make excuses rather than take action. Such relationships become echo chambers where negativity and a lack of ambition thrive. When you immerse yourself in an environment where complacency reigns, it becomes almost inevitable that you will adopt similar habits, beliefs, and self-imposed limitations that hinder your growth and progress. In stark contrast, successful individuals consciously choose to surround themselves with winners, people who embody ambition, resilience, and a relentless drive for excellence. These are the individuals who challenge you to rise above mediocrity, who inspire you to push your boundaries, and who act as catalysts for your continuous improvement. As the saying goes, you can't soar with eagles if you're hanging around with turkeys. The company you keep dramatically influences the heights you can achieve. People may often lament, but I've been friends with these individuals for years. While longevity in a relationship can be significant, the more pressing question becomes, are these friendships nurturing your growth, or are they subtly stifling your potential? Are they motivating you to pursue your goals or keeping you anchored in the status quo? If you genuinely want to transform your life, allowing the presence of negativity to seep into your daily thoughts and actions is a luxury you can no longer afford. Recognize that the people you choose to keep close to you are either fortifying your aspirations or undermining them. There is no middle ground that exists in this equation. When you engage with individuals who exemplify discipline, motivation, and success, your own thoughts and actions will naturally begin to reflect their influence. On the flip side, spending time with those who are lazy, negative, and filled with excuses will only lead you to mirror their habits and mindset. If you find yourself in a situation where there are few successful people around you, don't despair. Take proactive steps to seek them out. Delve into their books, listen to their podcasts, absorb their speeches, and connect with like-minded communities, either online or in person. In today's interconnected world, it is not a prerequisite to personally know successful individuals to benefit from their wisdom and experiences. Their insights are readily available, provided you're committed to seeking them out. Protecting your environment is imperative. The trajectory of your future hinges on it. If you desire growth, prioritize surrounding yourself with people who encourage you to elevate your standards, those who won't let you settle for mediocrity, and who embody a belief in achievable success because they actively pursue it in their own lives. Ultimately, if you aspire to success, surrounding yourself with winners is non-negotiable. The right people in your life will not only transform your mindset, but also propel you beyond your perceived limits, guiding you toward becoming the person you were destined to be. With this powerful support system, success shifts from an uncertain possibility to an eventual certainty. It's no longer a question of if you will reach your goals, but rather when you will achieve them. Conclusion: kill your weak mindset. Let me share a fundamental truth with you. Your life is ultimately a reflection of your mindset. Every aspect of your current situation, your achievements, your relationships, your emotional state, stems from the thoughts, actions, and habits you've cultivated throughout your life. If you find yourself unhappy with where you are right now, it's a clear signal that it's time to change your mindset. A weak or negative mindset can be a significant barrier, holding you back from realizing your true potential and living the fulfilling life you desire. The silver lining is that you possess the power to transform your mindset. You can reshape your thoughts and revamp your perspective by consciously deciding to shift the way you think. Remember, no one else can take this step for you. It's a deeply personal choice, and it's entirely within your control. Once you make the decision to take charge of your own mind, you will notice that the world around you starts to shift in alignment with your new mindset. I have previously shared with you several effective strategies to facilitate this transformation. It's important to emphasize that these are not merely theoretical ideas. They are proven principles that have been successfully applied by countless individuals striving for growth. However, here's the key. Knowing what to do is just the beginning. Taking action is where the real challenge lies. Accumulating knowledge without taking steps to implement it is fundamentally unproductive. You can read every self-help book available, attend numerous seminars, and listen to countless motivational speeches. But if you don't take tangible action and actively apply these principles to your daily life, they will remain ineffective. Action acts as the crucial bridge that connects knowing and doing, and discipline is the persistent force that ensures you stay committed to crossing that bridge each and every day, regardless of the obstacles that may arise. I fully understand how easy it is to become overwhelmed by the myriad challenges life throws our way. It's incredibly tempting to indulge in excuses, to blame external factors such as your circumstances, upbringing, or even a lack of luck. However, it's vital to grasp this essential concept. Your circumstances do not define your identity or your destiny. Your past experiences do not have to dictate your future outcomes. Instead, it is your mindset that will ultimately steer you toward your goals, determining not only where you go in life, but also how far you can reach and what you can achieve. Therefore, if you are genuinely committed to defeating a weak mindset, I invite you to make a solemn commitment right now, a commitment to yourself. This is a pledge to take consistent action, regardless of how small the steps may seem or how challenging the journey may appear. Understand that every step you take toward personal growth is a significant step away from mediocrity. Every conscious decision to take control of your thoughts, time, and daily habits will bring you closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. Let me clarify. This journey is not about seeking quick fixes or shortcuts for immediate gratification. This path involves a lifelong commitment to growth, self-discipline, and an unwavering acceptance of responsibility for your actions and choices. You should prepare for the fact that the road will be steep and challenging at times. There will be moments when you feel exhausted or tempted to throw in the towel and give up. But here's the crucial point. Those who achieve success are not defined by their lack of obstacles. They are defined by their capacity to persevere in the face of adversity. They are the individuals who show up every day, diligently performing the necessary work, nurturing their faith in the process, and maintaining the discipline to see their commitments through. As you navigate this path of self-discovery and development, you will begin to perceive something profoundly empowering. This journey becomes easier over time. The more you challenge yourself, stretch your limits, and push against your comfort zone, the stronger your mindset will become. Eventually, success will no longer feel like an uphill battle. It will emerge as a natural consequence of your consistent actions, disciplined efforts, and unwavering commitment to your personal growth. Keep this in mind. Success is never about achieving perfection or eliminating mistakes. It's about the principle of progress. It's about improving just a little bit each day in a sustainable way. Success is not merely a singular event. It's a gradual process that unfolds over time. The daily decisions you make, the beneficial habits you cultivate, and the resilient mindset you develop will collectively guide you toward the life you envision for yourself. As I conclude, I want you to reflect on this vital message. If you aspire to live a successful life, you must first cultivate a mindset that embodies success. This means creating a mindset that is disciplined, focused, and resolute in its pursuits. A mindset that accepts full responsibility for your current position and your future trajectory, while surrounding itself with supportive influences, consuming nourishing knowledge, and acting consistently toward the fulfillment of its goals. When you successfully eliminate a weak mindset, you don't just alter your thinking, you fundamentally change the entire trajectory of your life. With this shift, there will be no limits to what you can achieve. The world is overflowing with opportunities and possibilities waiting for you to seize them, but it is up to you to rise to the challenge and develop a robust mindset that will guide you toward everything you desire. Now, take that first step and go out there to build the life you know you deserve.